last year I went around Ireland and just interviewed different artists that I was just kind of found interesting and had kind of taken the road less traveled and kind of created a life that was their own. And I was always kind of drawn to those people or kind of admired them. And it was that I was actually craving it myself, or I wanted it as my own life. And what I found is that the creativity, whatever you want to call it, creativity or art, is this tapping into the potential of a person, into a creative energy, into your inspiration, whatever it is. And it's to produce something that you didn't know you were capable of producing. And that's the real important part, because if you watch artists, if you watch people you admire who are doing great things or have created great lives, they've done so from a place of not really knowing how. They've had a feeling or they've had something and they've just went with it. They've went with the flow, they've backed themselves, and they've just watched it unfold. And the point of it is that when you tap into something, some form of creation, then the mind kind of drops out of it. Some people say, oh, that person gets lost, or I get lost in gardening, or I get lost in conversation, or I get lost in whatever it is, parenting children. It's really that. It's that you get lost in terms of the mind. The mind kind of drops away, and what stays in place is this intelligence. And every person, every single person has access to that intelligence. You could call it higher intelligence, you could call it intuition, you could call it inspiration. And what we can create out there is unlimited. And it's phenomenal to watch. And I suppose even people we admire are the people we can somewhat relate to, because it makes us feel in some way that it's possible that we can actually do something like that. And maybe we think that we're not good enough to do it, we're not qualified enough to do it, we're not brave enough, whatever it is. But deep down, there's this sense of it might be possible. And if we follow people's stories and see the kind of transitions and the changes in their lives, most people that we relate to are kind of similar to us in ways. They've came different, slightly different path, but it relates. It's parallel in a way. So I'm really excited about just kind of, I suppose, kind of seeing the unlimited possibility and really kind of starting to practice and to play with that role of being responsible for my own life and the creator of a reality, whatever reality that I want. And sometimes it doesn't happen all at once, but it's being in a situation and it's changing your relationship with whatever situation you're in, so that maybe you're stuck or that it's down the line, and then you can just be more at peace with yourself now in the knowing that something is changing, that something's coming. Or else it's that you're in a situation where you feel, okay, it's time to move on. You don't know what you need to do, but you know that you need to move. And there's this impulse, and again, it's that energy that is just there to just make the change, to take the leap, whatever you want to call it. And when you do it, you step into the unknown, but there's this surface level, there's this uncertainty, but deep down you have a sense of, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And that's the real fun part of it, because then you kind of step out and there's no going back, but you know deep down that you're kind of doing what you're supposed to be doing. And yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. It's like, I feel it at times myself. It's like, it's just kind of going with the flow when I am caught in my head, which I am often. But really the whole point of it is that everyone is capable of much more than they think. And it's only by going with a feeling or really kind of trusting ourselves and backing ourselves that we can actually see it unfold in our lives. And then we can nearly shock ourselves, because we didn't think we were possible of doing it, but yet we did, because we listened to ourselves, because we went with it, because we trusted ourselves. So that's the whole point of it. It's that we're all capable, but only when we make the decision to actually go with it.